Good morning, YouTube. It's Scott, Dunnage Garage. How you doing today? Well, in this week's video, we got the Toyota back in the shop. Last week we did a leveling kit. Now we got to fix it. So stay tuned. Before we get started, let me remind you that the More Overland and Off-Road Expo is being held in Springfield, Missouri on April 19th and 20th, 2024. This is the Midwest #1 adventure, travel, and consumer show. Matt and I look forward to seeing you there. We will be located in the Storytellers area. The discount code DunnageGuard10 will save you 10% on your ticket purchases. Now let's get back to the video. Yep, we jumped into the Toyota last week and did a leveling kit, and it went pretty smoothly, we thought. But what we didn't realize is a common issue with the Toyotas is the needle bearings are actually worn out and need to be replaced. So ideally, if you do a leveling kit, plan on and include the needle bearings in the process. Since we didn't, here's the video on how to do it. All right, we've got the front end apart on this Toyota Young on the driver's side. And what we found is a rattle or a grind when driving. And all of our research is pointing to that front axle has a needle bearing that goes bad. So we're going to install a new bushing kit. Now we need to remove the cotter key and the safety washer and that 35mm bolt. Use a ball peen hammer in the divot at the end of the axle. There you go. Now we're going to take the drag length off, starting with the cotter key. So now to remove the sway bar end link, there is on the end a place for an Allen key, and then you use a wrench. We're going to grab it on this end with the vice grips and use an impact. Truck. Okay. Okay, this is the removal tool for the needle bearing. You stuff a Ziploc baggie or a rag or something into the differential to make sure you don't drop this part. You feed this little piece inside with a magnetic stick or wand, get it in. Get it in there, then this threads on. And then when you tighten this bolt, it pulls the needle bearing out. Alright, so we've had the bushing in the freezer. This side has a solid metal edge for driving or using the hammer on. The opposite side goes towards the differential inside, and it's got two different layers of metal. We're going to use the specialty tool from East Coast Supply. That goes inside here. This is what you hit your hammer with. Drives it in straight. Again, hammer. So here's the needle bearing that we took out. And there's your slop. Alright, we're going to use the indents and the axle. Rotate a little bit this way. There we go. Splines for this part back here and we pulled out, so it's just a matter of lining them up. Alright, so we got the sway bar end length. We went ahead and put it in first before we did the lower knuckle, just because it was easier. We'll put the vice grips back on this back side. So I went over torque on this bolt just to make sure the cotter key was lined up. So the last nut. Alright, so where we're at now is just putting a little gear fluid in the gearbox. We're going to do that, I guess, 10 milliliters at a time because that's the only tool we have. So we're going to wrap up this video. Unfortunately, we didn't plan for doing this bushing when we did the leveling kit. If you're going to do a leveling kit, plan on doing this. Remember, if when you do lift a vehicle or do modify the suspension, you'll notice problems everywhere else in the suspension that you didn't know about. So until the next video, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you want to help out the channel, please consider subscribing, it really does help. You have yourself a blessed day, and again, we'll see you in the next video.
Excuse me.